Have you tried to be in a society or community that the treatment is unfair? It was hard, right? It means to say you are living in an equal society where people do not have the same chances to live in a good life. Try to imagine that you and your friend are both employees in one company. You're both doing your good job, but then the company has an equal treatment for you and your friend. Because your friend received more salary than yours. It's because of your friend studied at the private school and a top student before, and you have the opposite. In that situation, the company has an equal treatment to you and your friend. Now, in equal society, people live longer and are less likely to be mentally ill or obese, and there are lower rates of infant mortality because in equal society where individuals have the same rights, liberties, and access to opportunities without discrimination. Since we are discussing about inequalities and equalities, have you ever wondered what will be our topic in this video? Okay, our topic in this video was all about social inequalities. It refers to a relational process in a society that have effects of limiting or harming groups' social status, social class, and social circle. There are three major examples of social inequality. The first one is social class. Social class has three classes. The higher one is the upper class. The second one is middle class. And the third one is the lower class. The three classes have a different level. And another or second example of social inequalities is healthcare. In healthcare, some individuals receive better and professional care compared to others. They also expected to pay more for these services. It means to say those people who have a money can access higher quality or specialized care. But those people who have a low income can receive a minimal or basic care. The third major example of social inequalities is gender inequality. It refers to the unfair differences of opportunities, right, and treatment that people face based on their gender. Now, here are some proofs that the Philippine government are trying to set this issue.
First, under Philippine law, meron tayong tinatawag na Republic Act 7610 or also known as the Special Protection of Children Against Abuse, Exploitation, and Discrimination Act. Isa to sa mga batas na nagpoprotekta sa mga kababaihan at mga bata laban sa karahasan at pang-abuso. Bukod dyan, nagkaroon din tayo ng tinatawag na Magna Carta of Women na pinirmahan ni former President Gloria Macapagal-Arroyo noong August 18, 2009. Ang layunin nito ay alisin ang gender discrimination o yung hindi pantay na pagtrato sa mga babae. Parang sinasabi ng batas na dapat pantay ang babae at lalaki pagdating sa karapatan, trabaho at oportunidad sa lipunan. So in short, ang mga batas na ito ay para maprotektahan ang mga kababaihan at mabigyan sila ng equality or equal rights sa mga lalaki. Next is allowing top government positions to be handled by women. Ngayon kasi marami ng babae ang humahawak ng matataas na positions both in private and government. Example po dito is si former President Corazon Aquino at si former Chief Justice Maria Lourdes Areno. Ibig sabihin, kaya rin ng mga babae na mamuno at gumawa ng mahalagang decisions sa bansa. Hinikayat din ng pamahalaan ang pagkakaroon ng pantay na representasyon sa programa upang mas mapalakas ang boses ng babae sa lipunan. Ipinapakita din dito na patuloy pa rin isinusulong ang pagkakaroon ng gender equality at para mabigyan ng oportunidad ang lahat, babae man o lalaki.
Education attainment refers to the highest level of education that a person has completed. It shows someone has done in school or what degree or certificate they have earned. Education attainment is often used to measure a person's skills, knowledge, or qualification. Example, elementary graduate, high school graduate, senior high school graduate.
Wealth and poverty is one of the main factors that cause social inequality. Kapag hindi pantay ang pagbabahagi ng mga yaman, nagkaroon ng malaking agwat sa pamamagitan ng mayayaman at mahihirap. Nakita natin ito noong nagkaroon ng pandemic, COVID-19 pandemic. Mas nakita natin ang advantage ng upper class. Mas madali silang mag-access ng resources. Samantala, yung middle at lower class naman ay mas mahirap at mas maraming struggle. Dahil dito nagkakaroon ng malaking gap sa opportunities. Kaya lumalala ang social inequality.
The third factor that contribute to social inequality is power. Creating unequal access to resources. Yung may mga taong may power, sometimes sila yung may control sa mga resources, which is hindi yon pantay-pantay. At pangalawa naman is influencing decision making. Yung mga taong may mga power is gumagawa lang ng mga decision without the consideration ng mga tao or yung mga groups of people. Fourth is gender inequality. In gender inequality, it acknowledges that men and women are not equal. For example, restricting access to education. Yung mga kababaihan ay merong mga limited opportunities na maka-access ng mga education. And limiting economic opportunities. Like for example, yung mga babae ay nakakatanggap ng mga discrimination sa workplace at paminsan hindi nabibigyan ng mga promotion or maliit yung mga salary na nakukuha nila.
Now, I will discuss the social issue in 21st century. Ang social issue in the 21st century ay mga problema o hamon na humahadlang sa pagkakapantay-pantay ng tao sa lipunan. Ibig sabihin, may mga grupo ng tao na nakakaranas ng iba't ibang problema tulad ng discrimination na kung saan minamalit ng ibang tao ang kanilang kasarian, lalo na katulad ng tiduray at bajaw, lalo na sa kanilang kasarian at kulay. Halimbawa, kahirapan ng buhay ng tao, climate change, kakulangan ng edukasyon, korupsyon at kawalan ng katarungan.
Now, let's proceed to the local inequality. Local inequality refers to an even distribution of resources. In simple terms, local inequality means that some people in a particular area have more advantage and opportunities. Halimbawa, may mga lugar na may magandang paaralan, parks at pasilidad sa kalusugan. Samantalang ang ibang lugar ay kulang sa mga ito.
Institutional completeness. Ang institutional completeness ay tumutukoy sa pagbuo ng malakas na institusyong etnikong identidad at pagkakaisa sa loob ng isang grupong etniko. Ito ay mahalaga upang mapanatili ang kanilang kultura, wika at tradisyon.
So now, I will explain the national inequality. National inequality is the uneven distribution of wealth, opportunities, and services among people within a country. It happens when some groups have better access to education, jobs, healthcare, and political power than others. This creates gaps and affects people's quality of life, limits social and economic progress. So now, Pusadas will give us an example.
Example, if the government give big tax, break to corporation, but cut fundings for school and hospital, the rich get richer while the poor struggling and creating inequality.
Inequality represents the uneven contribution of wealth, resources, opportunities, and living standards between countries and within countries across the world.
Halimbawa, sa United States, maraming tao ang may akses sa dekalidad na ospital, modernong teknolohiya at mataas na sahod. Samantala sa ilang bansa sa Sub-Saharan
Africa, maraming tao ang walang akses sa malinis na tubig, kulang sa ospital at mababang sahod. Ibig sabihin, mas maganda ang pamumuhay at mas maraming oportunidad sa mayayamang bansa. Kumpara sa mahihirap na bansa, ito ang global inequality.